Hi, my name is Dagmar, and I thought I'd do this video live. I'm the spiritual healer, teacher, author, speaker, and your guide through the treacherous waters of the spiritual field and life in general, I guess, if you will, because everything's created by spirit, comes from within ourselves. And I wanted to talk to you today about especially two empaths and healers and therapists and the like who work with clients. Because I hear so many empaths out there talking about how I'm an empath and I'm therefore sensitive and I can feel other people. And when I walk into a room, I feel overwhelmed. It's too much energy. Or when I work with a client, I'm totally exhausted, or stressed out or miserable, or whatever it is that the emotion is that comes up. And I'm here to tell you that coming from a healer perspective, understanding the concept of, mirrors by other people's and us keying into things or into our own things, I can tell you that probably 90% of the time, you're actually not feeling somebody else's energy, but rather you're actually feeling your own. And the reason I say that is because, so many of us carry unresolved issues from our past. And I'm talking about unresolved issues, unresolved pain experiences, and specifically. And those are experiences that we kind of haven't completely digested on a soul level, that we kind of shoved under the carpet, and that are with us. They have energy to them. And with that energy, with that vibration, we tend to attract people, okay? And then people actually mirror us to a certain degree in terms of the energy we carry. And also we keep attracting situations to ourselves with that vibration. So in other words, for example, say you have some anger stored up from, say, even past lifetimes, things that occurred, perhaps not even this lifetime, perhaps it's all past lifetime. You're not even aware of it, but it's there, okay? And, sometimes it shows up, it comes up, but say, for example, your boyfriend is angry with you, and then you're angry, and you're thinking, well, that's his energy. But maybe I'm saying to you, it's not his energy. Maybe it's your energy, because what he did with his anger is perhaps mirror your anger and actually connected you with your anger. And without even you realizing that it's there, you are now connecting with it, and you're riding the emotion of anger, thinking it is his when it's really yours. And I see this more often than not, and it's very difficult for the general observer to actually see this, because most people aren't aware of the unresolved pain experiences that they still carry on a very subconscious level. A lot of people I work with, so many times they think they're done with an issue, and we go back in the subconscious mind and that issue comes up, and they still have a ton of emotion around that issue. Not taking away from the fact that you may have done some digesting on your own, or that you may have processed some of it. But I'm saying that people just aren't aware of how much there isn't digested still, or how much still of that energy is with us, that vibration. And so whenever we enter a room as a healer or an empath or a therapist, yes, we may be more sensitive, but I think it's more of a the sensitivity comes from the factor that we have a lot of pain stored up. And so I find that when I, for example, work with clients, I had one client actually tell me this after a number of healings, is that she, for example, stopped being so quote unquote sensitive to everything after a few healings, and she actually wasn't as upset anymore after a number of healings. And or sad. She had a lot of sadness or grief that she carried. And so she became, quote unquote, less sensitive because we actually healed some of her unresolved pain. And I am here to tell you that most likely, if you think you're an empath, okay, and you feel that you're very sensitive to other people, is that most likely you carry a lot more wounds that you're even aware of. And that's where your sensitivity comes from. Okay. Now, it's not to say that you cannot feel other people's energy, but when we carry a lot of unresolved stuff, which most people do not engage in what I call quantum healing regression therapy, where you actually regress back into your pain memories and you actually heal yourself in them, including past life regression. Most people are not engaged in that type of healing. And so most people carry lots of pain around with them that they're not even aware of. Okay. And particularly somebody who considers themselves an empath or a healer, that are involved more into the metaphysical world. And the reason being is that most of us being involved more in the metaphysical world have probably experienced more pain than perhaps some other people. And the reason being is because in our past lives, there have been many, many different persecutions, per se, where we have experienced a lot more pain because we were involved in the metaphysical world as empaths or healers and so forth. So, and I hear that so much out there about, I am empath and so sensitive. What do I do about all this overwhelm that I get? Well, this is what you do about it. You actually engage in some quantum healing regression therapy. And, it's a very specific term to what I do, okay, because I have my own concoction of healing method that I use to actually help you resolve a very deep inner issues on a soul level. And basically, I do work with your unresolved pain memories, whether they're in this life or past life, and help you resolve them on the soul level, including help you actually repair the soul if there's been a fracture and so forth. And it's very, very powerful. And I have helped many, many people in terms of, heal all kinds of stuff and get all kinds of different results, whether it was in regards to health and chronic pain, or, sinus issues for 20 years that didn't go away, or, it was relationship issues, like even with twin flames. I'm very versed in twin flame relationships, or whether it's soulmates or other dysfunctions in your life. I have dissolved entire court cases with this kind of healing, because I understand how we work on a soul level. And so I'm here to tell you that the solution to your empathic sensitivity, if you will, is really doing some healing on some of the what you carry in your vibration that I call pain memories, and heal them, because you'll find that not only will you become less sensitive, so to speak, to other people, if you will, because it's not really other people. You're feeling what you're feeling is yourself, but other people trigger you, okay? They trigger your stuff, and what you're feeling is your stuff. And so you become less sensitive to that, but at the same time, you become more objective and more sensitive to what really from a neutral standpoint is going on energetically, okay? It allows you to be more neutral, in other words. And it allows you to be more observant in the true energy from the other person as to what's going on, because you're not muddying the waters up with your stuff, okay? And so I find that if you really want to work with people and you consider yourself an empath or a healer or a therapist, it is absolutely, I find, paramount that you work on yourself in terms of, healing up some of these energies that basically involve past unresolved experiences or past unresolved memories, and help basically clear that from your field, so to speak, by properly integrating them, not by getting rid of anything, because you don't want to get rid of your energy, you want to integrate it. And I have actually also developed an entire school to teach quantum healing, regression therapy, past life regression, the mirror effect, how we mirror each other, and how to identify what's going on within your soul by looking at your reality, and how to work with the subconscious mind. That's another tricky one, but that's where all the answers are. And how to also the wisdom, the soul wisdom. How does the soul actually work? How does the soul process pain, or what happens if the soul doesn't process the pain? And how do we attract things, and so forth? I have a ton of wisdom in that area, and I have created many different programs for different people. If you want to just work on yourself, I have programs for that. I also have a program to teach you how to work on yourself if you want to continue to do so, how to learn how to work with your higher self, and how to listen to that, how to trust that, how to allow that to guide you in your life, because you cannot go wrong by listening to a higher self guidance. It's really critical, especially if you're an empath again and healer and in that industry. And if you want to learn how to work with clients, actually learn quantum healing, regression therapy, and past life regression, and all those good things, how to work with the subconscious mind, etc., etc. I have a program for all of that. So whether you want to just work with me one-on-one and work on yourself, or actually learn quantum healing, etc., you can do both with me, or either. I would recommend, if this is of interest, please contact me through my website, which is in the upper right-hand corner. It's on the YouTube. It's called thespiritualhealer.info. And ask me for either I work, by the way, nationally, and I work internationally. And if you're interested in a 30-minute phone consultation, it's complimentary. If you want to just ask me some questions and kind of get to know me and see if we're the right fit with each other. And or if you're interested in the Advanced Healers Academy in the school, I offer complimentary discovery sessions. So you can ask me for one of those. And we can go from there. And I hope to get to know you at some point. That would be lovely. And, perhaps we can work together and I can help you. And, of course, every client that comes to me, is part of my path, and it's always a two-way street, right? So I appreciate all of you guys that are watching this. Thank you. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you like what you hear and see, please subscribe. If you like this video, please like it. Or if you have any comments, you can leave them below the video after this live. And I will talk to you guys next time.